Contrary to popular belief, the Paul is dead conspiracy was not immediately known or talked about at the time when the original Paul supposedly died. It wasn't until DJ Russ Gibb, a WKNR in Detroit, got a call from a mysterious caller who told him to put on the Beatles' White Album and spin the number 9 intro from Revolution 9 backwards. When Gibb tried it on air, he heard the words, "Turn me on, dead man." The clues kept coming. At the end of Strawberry Fields Forever, John says, "I buried Paul." Clearly, this story was planted by the Beatles themselves in order to introduce the idea to the public. The first time I heard about a conspiracy theory involving the Beatles was from the work of Dr. John Coleman, whose work I had been familiar with from his Committee of 300 book. According to the conspiracy theories surrounding the Beatles and the Tavistock Institute, the band's meteoric rise to fame and cultural impact was not mere happenstance, but a carefully orchestrated plan. The Tavistock Institute, known for its expertise in social engineering and psychological manipulation, allegedly played a significant role in shaping the Beatles' image, music, and messages to further a hidden agenda. Proponents of this theory argue that the Tavistock Institute, acting on behalf of powerful elites and intelligence agencies such as British intelligence and the CIA, recognized the potential of the Beatles as a tool for mass influence. The band's catchy tunes and charismatic personalities were harnessed to captivate the youth and mold their attitudes and behaviors as desired. According to this perspective, the Beatles' music subtly encouraged experimentation with mind-altering substances, leading to a widespread cultural shift towards drug use. This purportedly allowed the establishment to exert more control over the population, as drug use was seen as a means to escape from societal norms and to question authority. Hidden symbolism and mind control techniques. The lyrics and album artwork allegedly carried profound esoteric meanings, manipulating listeners at a subconscious level and furthering the aims of the Tavistock Institute's hidden agenda. Supporters of this theory point to the band's abrupt breakup in 1970 as a deliberate move orchestrated by the Tavistock Institute. They claim that the Institute intended to disband the Beatles to shift the focus of popular music away from their influential music and towards other forms of entertainment that advanced their desired societal changes. Supposedly, the CIA and British intelligence approached the Beatles to become distributors of LSD and wanted Paul McCartney to be the main guy in the Beatles pushing the drug due to his status as the most popular Beatle. The phrase "turn on" in drug culture means to receive drugs. So "turn me on, dead man" is basically saying, "Hey Paul, you're dead, turn me on to LSD." Or, the Paul, who is said to be dead, please turn me on to LSD. The other members of the Beatles agreed to go along with this plan, so long as their continued success was guaranteed. When Paul, who was opposed to drug use, threatened to quit the band, they realized that Paul had them in a bad situation with his refusal to be the designated dealer in the Beatles. In fearing he would break up the band and go public with the information about the CIA. An alternative plan was quickly hatched. Normally, the CIA would just whack someone for refusal to comply with their orders. But Paul McCartney was too high profile for this to occur. Instead of killing him, they decided to replace Paul with an imposter who would comply with their wishes. After the death of Paul McCartney on November 9, 1966, the American teen magazine Tiger Beat announced the Paul Lookalike Contest. The judges did not know the seriousness of their responsibility. The winner was never announced, but actually there was one winner, William Campbell, and he would become the new Paul. Although that meant several operations, William was excited about the opportunity to become Paul. He couldn't believe his good luck. Although William looked very much like Paul, he had a series of imperfections. Some things had to be improved. The upper lip plumped up. Work on the eyebrows, jaws, ears, and eventually the chin. He was also given speech therapy so that he would speak with a distinctive Liverpool accent. Although he wasn't left-handed, he only played bass in the studio, so no one would know better. After his first plastic surgery, John gave William the nickname False Paul. Which he later shortened to Faul, in case anyone ever overheard him. At some point in my research, I came across mention of the original Paul not actually being dead. It's been so long now, I can't even remember how I found this out initially, but it was all I needed. Supposedly, the original Paul was put into some kind of witness protection program situation where he would live out his days under a new identity, and his appearance would be altered to such an extreme as to never be discovered or caught. While watching the Beatles anthology series one day, I caught a clue that tipped me off and led me down one of the deepest rabbit holes I've ever fallen into.